Big tonight. Caribbean leaders at the latest climate change summit in the Brazilian city Belém have lamented the failure of the global community to act on many of its commitments of previous meetings in the fight against global warmings. Both Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown and Barbados's leader Mia Mottley, as well as Suriname's President Jennifer Simmons, lamented inaction on compensation to smaller states for climate change. The Loss and Damage Fund is a climate finance mechanism created in 2022 during a previous COP meeting. The fund was designated to support communities when adaptation strategies are inadequate or implemented too late and damage and risk has already happened. Motley said the fund has not been adequately supported.
Because all of us should hold our heads down in shame, because having established this fund a few years ago in Sharm el-Sheikh, its capital base is still under $800 million, while Jamaica reels from damage in excess of $7 billion US, not to mention Cuba, Haiti, or the Bahamas.
Prime Minister Brown said the devastation in the Caribbean by Hurricane Melissa shows the importance of implementing the mechanism.
This is what loss and damage looks like, occurring right before our eyes. Loss and damage is not theory, it is tragedy. Loss and damage must be recognized as the unavoidable cost of inaction, the bill that nature is now presenting to humanity. We in Antigua and Barbuda know this pain.
Country leaders at the climate summit in Brazil bemoaned the fractured global consensus on climate action, taking swipes at the climate-denying U.S. government while trying to assure the world they were still on a mission. Missing from the lineup were leaders from 4 of the world's 5 most polluting economies: China, the United States, India, and Russia, though the European Commission President and China's Vice Premier were on site. The U.S. administration opted to send no one to the talks. Instead, top U.S. officials were in Greece alongside fossil fuel giant ExxonMobil on Thursday as it signed a new deal to explore offshore for natural gas. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres tore into nations for their failure to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So too did the Antiguan Prime Minister.
Antigua and Barbuda comes to Belém with one fundamental message. 1.5 degrees is a quintessential priority that remains our lifeline. We all know that there is no planet B. We have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Yet, large polluters continue to deliberately destroy our marine and terrestrial environments with their poisonous fossil fuel gases. We must stand as one and fight unrelentingly to stop this ecocide, this climate atrocity, to restore balance, to build economies that serve humanity, not just profits and profligacy.
Suriname's president said funding climate action is not asking for charity.
Mr. President, financing climate action is not charity. It is compensation for nature's services. It's a matter of global responsibility for humanity's survival.
Barbados's Prime Minister calls for moving forward and taking climate action, even if some of the great nations are pulling back.
And the world, my friends, has never been changed by spectators and naysayers. The world is changed by people of action. Do we need everybody acting at the same time? That would be ideal. But if we don't, then we must construct a coalition of the willing and show everyone what they stand to benefit while we fight for the prosperity and stability of people and planet.
United Nations Secretary General